Good evening. My name is Brent Wilson, and welcome to this Thanksgiving edition of the Trails Football League's Commissioner's Corner. I'm so happy to have you. I know it's been a few weeks since we've had an episode of Commissioner's Corner, but as a personal decision with my family and my wife, we decided to take a little bit of time away from this and focus more or less on the Brent Dolphins team and the future of our team and focus on winning football games. And that's something that we did very well. And now I want to apologize for my absence and let everyone know that length of absence will not happen again. But again, it was my family, my life, and my wife was all in jeopardy at that time, and I had to take some personal time to reflect upon that. To get that monk elephant out of the room, again, I want to welcome you and just say how exciting a season it's been. We're in our final week of the regular season, and boy, is it going to be a doozy. Just to clear up some things, yes, Harrison, we are still waiting for your league fees. It's a little embarrassing to be asking in week 13, but we'll continue to ask until we get it. So to all the other people in the league, all 11 of us have paid our league fees, and we appreciate that very much so. So Harrison, whenever you have a chance, $40, it'll be much appreciated. Okie dokie. Well, here we go, boys. It's playoff time, or it's right around the corner at least. And what I wanted to start this episode off with was just go through the standings and then talk a little bit about the future after this week and hopefully kind of clarify what's happening in the playoff race as we speak. So to start off with the first place Brent Dolphins, they have solidified their league championship. Their $40 has been reimbursed into their pockets. And they will be this 2014 regular season champions. Now, second and third have been two teams that have really started from the bottom and made their way all the way to the top. Number 2, Chip Kelly Mark Tigritz, that's coached by William Tigrit. He's 7-5, and with a win, he is in. It's as simple as that. In third, Edward Forte-Hands, he's 6-4-2, a couple of ties this season for him. He's also a win, and he's in. In fourth place, one of the more unique teams in the league, San Francisco Gay Hitters by Hamza Chowdhury, is 7-5. When you look at their points scored, 928. That's about 40 points less than anyone else in the league, but it doesn't matter how you win as long as you get the win. So San Francisco Gay Hitters are 7-5 in fourth place, and with a win, they are in. Fifth place, Oklahoma City Naders, led by a favorite for the league MVP of the Trails Football League, and that's Andrew Luck. He's 6-5-1. Again, with a win, he is in. So those are our top 5 spots, and this is when things get very tricky. Again, all those must win to get in. If they lose, that opens up all kinds of different cans of worms. But the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th teams are all 6-6, fighting for that last playoff spot. So, if all top 5 teams are to win, it's all going to take a Team Stussy loss to open up that 6th spot. Team Stussy 6-6 with 1,140 points scored. So, that's going to help them, the points scored, but they must win, or if an Oklahoma, the 7th place Homo for Rumble gets a W, or the 8th place Team Bodie, or 9th place Driller Than Spiller team gets a win, they will jump them. And Team Stussy plays Driller Than Spiller, so if Driller Than Spiller can beat Team Stussy and a Homo Foromo and Team Bodie loss take place, Driller Than Spiller would then climb from 9th place and move into that final playoff spot. So, as you can tell, there's not a more important week to win a football game than this week right now. So, good luck to those top 9 teams. As far as Team Goosen, Jess's Jags, and the solidified last place Chiefs go, thank you so much for playing this year. I hope that you still put out a solid performance this week in week 13 to give everyone a fair chance at those final 6 spots. Okie dokie. Well, that's the playoff picture. Let's head to the scoreboard for last week and look at some of the greatest and worst performances so I can hand out a couple of awards. Well, I think it's easy to say who's going to be the Greenbelt Gladiator this week. He put up a league-high 155 points. He won the league championship last week, and that's myself, Brent Wilson, head coach of Brent's Dolphins. So for the second time this season, I'm going to be handing myself the Greenbelt Gladiator Award for week 13. And the biggest bust goes out to someone who just has had a terrible season, put out one of the lower points of the season with 58, still hasn't paid their league fees, has been eliminated from the playoffs for almost 3 weeks now, and that's Harrison Goosen of Team Goosen. So that's for this week. And I also want to do, since the end of the regular season, an award, my regular season awards. The Greenbelt Gladiator for the season, and then the biggest bust of the season. So Greenbelt Gladiator for the season, it'd be easy just to hand it to the guy that went 10-2, won 7 games in a row, and has won the league championship. But I'm not going to do that because I don't think it took a whole lot of gladiatorness, a whole lot of heart to do that. I think he just had a solid team. So the person that I want to give my regular season Greenbelt Gladiator to is someone that has persevered all year. He's made moves all year. He's been adding players, dropping players, trading players. He's always had a solid lineup in there. He got beat down a little bit at first, had a couple of ties, found himself in 9th place and said, something's got to happen. And since then has been on the hottest streak of anybody in the league, and he's moved himself up to a 3rd place and possibly 2nd place finish, and that's Matthew Deaver of the Edward Forte Hands. Over the season, I think that he has showed the most perseverance, the most heart, and that's why he's going to be my 2014 regular season Green Belt Gladiator. So congratulations to you, Matthew Deaver. Best of luck in the future. With your win next week, if that does take place, you will be advancing to the playoffs, and even with a loss, a whole lot would have to take place for you to not make the playoffs. So congratulations on a fantastic season. No matter what else happens, you were definitely a gladiator this year. So this year's biggest bust, I've hounded on him all year, but he did win the league championship the past 2 seasons, and we're going to be drinking on him, and that's going to be exciting at our Super Bowl party. So Joe Bronson, it was a tough year. You never gave up, but boy, was the team not what we were looking for this year from you. Best of luck next year. So Joe Bronson, you're going to be the 2014 regular season Brett Hale's biggest bust. And then I want to do kind of an award that I haven't given away all season. An award that I like to call the biggest surprise of 2014. 2014's biggest surprise. The team that came out of nowhere, who's never been a competitive player, who's never really showed up in the league, but has all of a sudden become a force to be reckoned with. They shocked everybody in the draft room throughout the season by just putting up fantastic performances week in after week out. And that is the head coach of the Oklahoma City Naders, Baylor Wilson. With quarterback Andrew Luck, running backs like Alfred Morris, you drafted a fantastic team, and all season you've been shocking the world and hope to do so into the playoffs. So for the 2014 biggest surprise, that's going to be you, Baylor Wilson. So those are the 3 awards I wanted to give out. And then I just wanted to wish everyone a happy Turkey Day. Best of luck today. Whenever you're eating, make sure you try to get as balanced of a meal as possible. Always you're going to have the turkey and the stuffing, but maybe add a few vegetables onto your tray. That would be great as well. That's all I've got for this week. Next week we'll have our Commissioner's Corner Playoff Edition, and we'll look into the playoffs and talk about those 6 teams that remain. From the league champions, best of luck, and have a happy Thanksgiving.